All right, welcome back, everyone. We're ready for another deep dive. And this time, we're going to be talking about, well, you guessed it, Ripple, XRP. This one has been on fire lately.
Oh, absolutely.
I
Yeah.
mean, over the past, what has it been, just a few weeks, it's almost quadrupled in value. I mean, that's pretty nuts, right?
Yeah, that's definitely not typical. I mean,
Yeah.
even for crypto,
Yeah.
it's a pretty wild swing.
Yeah, and it's reached levels we haven't seen since like early 2018. So, lots of people are really excited. And we want to really dig into, what's driving this surge, what's going on here. So, when we see a price move like that, got to wonder, what's going on behind the scenes? What do you think? What's fueling this rocket?
Well, I mean, you can't talk about Ripple without talking about the elephant in the room.
The
And
SEC?
exactly, the SEC, that lawsuit has been hanging over Ripple's head for a while now.
Yeah, for sure. And I think a lot of people, kind of maybe getting into crypto now, they might not know all the ins and outs of that case. So maybe just a quick refresher for everyone. What's the core issue there?
Sure. So basically, the SEC is accusing Ripple of selling unregistered securities.
Which would be XRP, right?
Exactly, XRP. They're saying that Ripple had way too much control over how XRP was distributed and marketed, and that makes it a security, at least according to U.S. law.
Okay, so that's a pretty big deal.
Yeah.
And I've also heard there have been some, wins for Ripple in the case recently.
Oh, absolutely.
Right.
Yeah, there have been some really interesting developments. One of the biggest ones was when the Judge Torres, she denied the SEC's attempts to keep some documents sealed.
Hmm.
They were related to a speech by a former SEC director, William Hinman.
Right.
And in this speech, he kind of suggested that Ethereum, another cryptocurrency, might not be a security.
Interesting.
So Ripple's been arguing that this sets a precedent, right? If Ethereum isn't a security, maybe XRP isn't either.
I see. Yeah, so that's a pretty big win for them. But even if Ripple wins this whole thing, there are people who say, well, damage might already be done.
Right.
Just having that SEC case hanging over them, it's hurt XRP's reputation. What do you think? Is that a valid concern?
I think it's definitely a valid point. The lawsuit has created uncertainty, and, uncertainty makes people nervous, especially investors. But on the other hand, these recent developments, these wins for Ripple, it's definitely given people some hope.
Right, optimism.
Yeah, and we're seeing a lot more confidence from investors. And this time it's not just, the average everyday person.
Yeah, we're talking institutions now, right?
Exactly. Big players like SBI Holdings, MoneyGram, they're all starting to show some serious interest in XRP, particularly for cross-border payments.
So it sounds like the outcome of this case could really have major implications.
Oh, yeah, no doubt.
Not just for Ripple, but for, the whole crypto world.
Absolutely. I mean, if they win, it could set a precedent for how other cryptocurrencies are regulated.
Right. Huge. But let's, step back from the legal stuff for a second and look at the bigger picture. How's this XRP surge impacting the rest of the crypto market?
Well, it's definitely creating a ripple effect, I guess you could say.
Literally.
Yeah, literally, right. But seriously, it's brought a lot of positive momentum to other altcoins. It's kind of like, a rising tide lifts all boats.
Yeah, I get that. Okay, so things are looking pretty good for XRP right now, but we got to be realistic. What are some of the challenges they might face, even if they win this SEC case?
Well, the crypto world is like the Wild West, right? The regulations are still being figured out, so even if they get past this hurdle, there's always a chance that new rules could pop up and throw a wrench in the whole thing.
Yeah, that's a good point. It's like a constantly moving target. So lots of excitement, but definitely some caution is warranted too.
Absolutely. It's important to remember that this is still a very volatile market, and people need to do their research before jumping in headfirst.
Great advice. Couldn't agree more. All right, so for everyone listening, here's something to chew on. Imagine Ripple wins this case, hands down, total victory. Could XRP change the entire crypto game? Or is this just a flash in the pan, a temporary bubble? Lots to think about, and that's what we love about this space. Always something new and exciting happening. So keep exploring, keep learning, and until next time, happy investing, everyone.